You're like
countdown.
DeVille. I'm ready for my close-up.
Let's do this countdown thing. What up, guys? Countdown time. Excusez-moi. What's going on, everybody?
What up?
It's T Money. Maddie's there in the background somewhere as well. Wales only. Hope everybody's doing outstanding today. What's going on, Maddie? And as you guys know, this stream is going to be specifically about Fed and the Fed rules. So central banking, what is it good for? Luckily, Hex solves that. So we're just gonna jump right into it, you know. As you guys have heard me talk about this topic before. Now we're gonna speak with somebody that has equivalent level of knowledge as I do, so this should be a fun conversation. So 1913, man.
All right, so we're gonna go. So if I don't know who's our audience, but I'm gonna go ahead and break it down as like a child, right?
Go right in.
So pretty much, this is everybody thinks this is a dollar, right? Actually, it's not, right?
Hold on.
There you go.
The right guy.
All right. So if you look at the dollar bill, this is not a dollar. It's actually a Federal Reserve note. It says right across, right. They don't hide it. They do not hide it. They tell you exactly what it is. The dollar was dead in 1971. That's when it died. Okay. This is called actually a Federal Reserve note. Okay. And you can see the two seals right here, right? You have the green seal and the black seal. The green seal is the U.S. Treasury, right? Which is the federal government. And you have this black seal right here, which is the Federal Reserve System. Okay. And they don't make any beef or bones about it. They're totally blatant. They tell you in your face. But the reason why this is the system that we live in is because it's existed. The Federal Reserve has existed since 1913, and they've been slowly taking over the United States of America. Okay. And I'll prove it to you. Actually, I'll actually prove it to you. It's on their website. So I'm going to share my screen. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let's do it. So I'm going to share my screen right here. This is the Board of Governors of Federal Reserve System. It's right on their website. You can read it. You can show that there's a little video. They don't hide it.
You know what? Just so you know,
yeah.
If anybody's watched any of my macro streams before, odds are they've seen that website.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
So right here, just go to the first one. It says about the Fed. Straight up, it says structure of the Federal Reserve System. Okay. But this is the thing they don't tell you. So it has one right here, U.S. Central Bank, key entities, and the key 5 functions. Right? And the 5 functions is to monetary policy, right? Financial system, supervising and regulating the financial institutions. That means every single bank in the United States, it doesn't matter if it's Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, any bank that you bank with, they own it. They own it.
If they use fiat currency, yes, sir.
That is correct. If they use fiat currency. Fostering payment and settlement system, that's right. So this settlement system that they're talking about, that's your checks. When you write a check, or even you go through the merchant services and you use your debit card, they settle it.
Yep.
You have to go through them. And also promoting consumer protection, right? And this promoting consumer protection is bullshit. It's pretty much controlling your money.
Yep.
That's what it means. And now, fraud protection. Right. So there's 2 governments in the United States, actually. There's the U.S. government that everybody knows. And then the second government is the shadow government, which is called the Federal Reserve Banking Government. Okay. So the U.S. government has 50 states. The Federal Reserve Bank has 13, actually 12 regions, and the board controls all those regions. So if you want to get close to the real power in the United States, you have to live in any of these 12 cities. So Boston, if you live there, that's State Street, right? Wales, State Street, you know State Street on Boston. New York, of course, that's Wall Street. Philadelphia is Commerce Street. Cleveland, Richmond, Atlanta, Chicago, St. Louis, Minneapolis, Kansas City, Dallas, and San Francisco. I live over here in Nevada, so I'm controlled by San Francisco. So that's why Silicon Valley is in San Francisco. That's why certain technologies get killed because they don't have the money to launch, or they'll buy them and they'll file it. Life-changing technologies, and that's the stuff that they do, and they're called think tanks, right?
Yes, we love the think tanks.
Right, and now it's funny
the
because
Council of Foreign Relations is one.
That is correct. There's so many.
American Council is another. Yes, there's so many.
Like, for example, in Nevada, that controls Nevada is a think tank called Black Mountain, and it's a think tank. It's all politicians, and they dictate policy, and they're lobbyists, right? So they're the ones that tell you what's up. So if you know, so this is the thing. So let's go back to the beginning here. I'm going to stop sharing. So here's the dollar, right? Or you think it's a dollar because it says right here $1, right? But really it's not. It's called the Federal Reserve note, okay? So what is a note? A note is a loan between two entities. So you have this U.S. government. Say when Trump said, I want to build a wall, sure, no problem. Build a wall. It's $4 billion or $12 billion to build that wall. Well, how do they fund it? They don't take it out of their pocket. What they do is the U.S. government asks for a loan with interest. So this government has to pay this person, which is a private company, by the way, all right? And the Federal Reserve is federal as Federal Express. It's a private company, okay? And they have to pay back that loan with interest. And guess who has to pay all of that? It's us, the taxpayer, okay? So politicians are, like this whole money drop that happened for the TARP. That was back in 2008. That was the first one. Yeah. And then you have this new one called COVID, right? And so, the cerveza sickness. So they did an airdrop, a big, huge airdrop. And they're going to do a new one, which is just passed. It's called the Federal Infrastructure Bill, and has nothing to do with roads and communications.
Nope.
So
not a thing.
It's like they love little words like that. So if you go in the back of the bill right here, see these little symbols? That's why I say this is a talisman. People kill for this piece of paper. So I have a receipt right here from Lowe's, right? So what is the difference between this piece of paper and this piece of paper? This is a receipt, and this is not a receipt. Now you got to ask yourself, who puts the value in this piece of paper, right? It's this entity right here. They're the ones this entity right here, they're the ones that put the value in this dollar, right? And your buying power keeps on going down and down and down and down every single year. That's why hex inflates, because the dollar sucks. You need more dollars to buy more hex. And that's why we have had the price appreciation that we've had, because hex is tied to the dollar, not Ethereum and not Bitcoin, right?
Correct.
All right. Very much so. Even though it's on the Ethereum network, but that's another reason why we're leaving the Ethereum network and going onto Pulse and having our own, Pulse, our own network, right? And so here on the dollar, this is a talisman. This is the new world order of things. When they talk about the Great Reset,
new world order of things.
The Great Reset of the monetary system.
Yeah.
And then
They
over
are.
here, this is the same thing. This is the seal of the Federal Reserve. This is the seal of the United States. Same as this one over here. Same as this one. Seal of the U.S., seal of the Illuminati. All right? They're telling you who you are. They are the Illuminati right here. Okay? And this eye of the providence, that's actually a good thing. That's God. But if you notice the pyramid, the pyramid that's chopped off, that's what they want. They want to pull God down. They want to become like God. So they're ascending and trying to be like gods by controlling the masses. Okay, that's right. Annuitas Quoptus, which is New World Order. So if you hear that a president, the last president that said that, I mean, the first president that said that was Bush Senior. He
Push
talked
one.
about Bush Senior, right?
Yeah.
He talked
Yeah. But
about the
we
New World Order. He
people
was
in
the
my
first.
age group, we call them Bush one. Just so
Yeah, Bush
people
one,
know.
great. So Bush one talked about, and he even described it. He goes 1,000 points of light. What are you talking about? Points of light, very specific,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
right? And
Yeah,
he
you can
says
find it on
this is the
YouTube.
New World Order, and that's when the New World Order actually started. Okay, since Bush one.
Yep.
Okay, and this is no, I mean, this is their game plan. This is their strategy. Imagine you having we're playing a football game, right? You're in the stands doing nothing. And you got two sides playing. You got the Federal Reserve on one side, you have the US government on the other side, right? But what if you had the strategy book on both sides? Wouldn't
That's the
you
winner.
know what's going to happen?
Yep.
Wouldn't you know like what's the next play? You know their playbook. And that's what we're trying to talk about here. Let's have, you got to be educated on their playbook. And that's the only way you can have financial freedom. That's why we incepted freedomtv.info, because to educate the masses about the playbook of the elite. Because if you know their playbook, you can use it on your advantage for your family to come ahead, right? So
Correct.
let's break it down. And this is funny because if you look at it, so I'm gonna pull up right here. It's all also coming out on. They're so blatant about it. They're even talking about it in movies.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if
They
you
don't
don't
have
know
a
what
thing.
to look, yeah, if you don't know what to look for, right? Um, you wouldn't know what
They
to
do
look
not
for.
have a thing. Yeah, they don't have a
No,
thing. They really don't.
that's correct. Okay, so
In
I'm going to
fact,
show
they
you
tell
a
you what they're
little.
gonna do.
That's right. That's right. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a thing here. It's going to blow your mind here. Okay. Um, this was in, you guys saw the movie
You gotta
Hunger
share the
Games?
screen, bro. You gotta share the
I'm
screen.
sorry.
I haven't seen
I
Hunger
will.
Games.
Right.
Ah,
You've
I thought
seen
you were
Hunger
sharing.
Games?
I haven't. I haven't. I haven't.
You have it?
Believe it or not,
I have it
I
up
have
right
not.
here too. Oh, so here's the actual map of Pan Am in the book. If you go in the book, there's a map. And this is
Huh.
what the map looked like.
Let's not make it
Okay.
obvious. With 13 districts in the
It has
capital.
13 districts. Now, if you remember, the 12 districts were open. The 13th district was underground. Okay, which is, if you look at the Federal Reserve, same thing. 12 districts are up in front, but the board is the 13th district. Okay, that's the hidden district. Okay, and on top of that, it's at the Capitol in DC, right? So in this
Yeah.
map, they're talking about the Capitol, which is Washington D.C. The 13th district, that's the Board of Governors, and you have all these other districts that do certain things. Okay, they're specialized certain things. So if you go back to the Federal Reserve, Boston, that's where you have your ad businesses, right? Insurance in that district. New York is totally your legacy stocks, bonds, right? Philadelphia, that's your commerce, your big commerce. I'm gonna skip. I'm not gonna go down all the way down. Like Atlanta is like the new film. They're like a lot of your music industry. San Francisco is
See,
your
money. Excuse
Google.
me. Allow me to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
Because Philadelphia was actually very important. It was the
Mhm.
first port. It was the first port, the first postmaster general port in the U.S. Then it moved to D.C., which is actually very important. That strengthened that weakened the republic. That move, in fact.
Mhm.
So continue. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Just
no,
I
no
had to say
worries. So, people are commenting about Freemasonry. Absolutely. All of our main forefathers, they were not Christian, by the way. They were not Christian. They were Freemasons. They had their
that.
own religion. That's correct. Freemasonry is a religion. It's a way of thinking. It's a philosophy. Okay. And it was a very hidden religion. And it still exists to this day, by the way. Right?
Hmm.
It's not as powerful as before, because in the 1850s it had a decline in power. Okay. And the new one that there's new ones, they're called think tanks now. Those are the new Freemasons, like the foreign, the
Yeah.
all of those think
Council of
tanks.
Foreign
And
Relations. Yeah.
yeah, but they're closed door. They close the
Yeah.
door and they don't
They're
disseminate
like the
information.
face, but you don't know anything about them. They're
That is
just an
correct.
amalgamation of technocrats that you
Mhm.
know from industry that are placed right in these so-called think tanks, and
Mhm.
these think tanks are disguised as entities that are there to guide policy in the so-called right direction via free thinking by taking the so-called cream of the crop of industry. But in reality, these people are just promoted as that. They're not the cream of any crop. In fact, they're the lowest form of the scum
Mhm.
in reality. And we've already seen people be outed to be in that regard, right? A lot of people on Wall Street keep getting pinched for pedophilia and rape and stuff like that. That's not a surprise. You have to understand that what happens is that they get these people in a blackmail situation and they can't get them, and then that's it. They got them. They own them.
Mhm.
So most of these people are in fact sexual deviants, and all
Mhm.
of this stuff is going to come out. It's already
Mhm.
coming out, but if you're not paying attention, you're not going to see it.
Mhm.
But it's definitely coming out.
Yeah, and if you see it, it's in popular culture too. Like they're blatant. You
Hmm.
watch, they someone's talked about
Just look at
WWD.
most of the stuff on World War Z. Most of the
Mhm.
stuff in freaking Netflix is pedophilia related. For
Mhm.
fuck's sake.
You had that one cat that supposedly killed himself in jail. Uh, that dude, right? I'm not saying the name because I don't want this to get canceled by YouTube, but you guys know who I'm talking about, right? And
Hmm.
it's like,
Hmm.
who killed him? He was in the jail, right?
Yep.
It's like, okay, like he's in jail by himself and he kills himself, right?
Correct.
Come on, you know what I mean? It's like, and then what people don't understand is that the mastermind of the whole thing was not him; it was his
No.
fiance.
The Ghislaine, whatever, Maxwell
Yes,
lady.
Maxwell lady, because her father, who's his father? Who's her father?
Mossad
Big,
agent
huge,
Mac. Yeah,
yep, big, huge
Mossad guy.
guy. Yep, and he owned the newspapers in London. You know,
Yeah,
so she
yeah.
knew, and so she's the one that connected him to all of the big elites, and he was he was just doing their betting, hiding all their stuff, right? So um just check it out. Check out the fruit, right? Go down the rabbit hole. Follow the money. That's what I say. One of the things that I want to
Always.
point out, right? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say always follow them.
Oh, always, always. So one of the things that you can do now is what I do not listen to the president of the United States. Okay. What I listen to is to the Federal Reserve president, which is Powell. Okay. In a couple of days ago, they announced we're not going to buy any more. In other words, QE has stopped. We're not going to buy any more bonds anymore. No more treasury bonds no longer. So what is that going to? What are they doing? They're hodling in. Why are they hodling in? Why? Because there's going to be mass inflation in the next year or two. Start preparing. You know, your milk is not going to be $5 a gallon anymore. It's going to be 10.
Yeah, things are
Your
about to
gas,
double.
yeah, your gas is not going to be $3.50 no more. Well, I'm in Nevada. I mean, California's is what, $4.50 now. Yeah, it's going to be like $7-8, and they're going to push the agenda of energy savings. That's why Tesla got a lot of government contracted backed money in the infrastructure bill. If you look at it, Tesla's going to get a big, huge grant to start putting together all of the gas stations. Instead of gas stations, they're solar gas stations, right? They need to do that whole infrastructure network, right? And people are going to be going, all of the, like the Ford company, go to your Ford dealership today. Ask if there's a 2022 sedan. Zero. Ford did not do a 2022 sedan, okay? Because they're coming out in 2023. They're coming out all electric. All
Incredible.
electric. Yeah. All their
I hadn't
sedans.
even looked at that.
They'll
I
sell
hadn't
you an
even looked at that.
expedition. They'll sell you the big gas guzzler ones, you know, like the smallest one is they just came out with the Ford Blanco, which is the 50-year anniversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think they do this stuff? It's not. It's you know it's for a reason, right? This whole infrastructure bill, right? Also inside of that is the banking side. You know, you got the draws, right? The special draws. That's going to be in the new cryptocurrency in between. It's going to be a closed cryptocurrency between only the Fed. This month, they just came out with a white paper. It's not to the public. Okay. I know about it because I was in banking and I've been talking to my old guys and they saw it. And I hope I can get a copy of it. And that's their playbook. They're going to have their own cryptocurrency only for between the districts, right? So Wells Fargo, behind Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, all those checks, all those Visa card transactions, behind it is going to be these settlements, right? Every single night in crypto. So that's what's happening in the world. So if you look at crypto in the future, that's how they want to. They can't stop it. You know, that's a given. Just like the internet, they couldn't stop it. But what they did was they hold the keys to the portal. For example, Google, Facebook, they have all your information. They keep all your information. Those are the portals to the internet. So the internet that you see is only the tip of the iceberg. Behind it is the what they call the black internet, or whatever you want to call it, the sub
Dark
internet,
web.
the black web. That's another name they use it for. And then if you surf on it, oh, you're a black hat, and you know we're gonna cancel your stuff. And that's what you got to watch for, is that you own your own keys on your own MetaMask or your own wallets, your Cold Storage wallet. You get educated on how all these financial tools, work, right?
Yep.
So
Imperative.
yeah, it's funny because there was a movie came out with Sandra Bullock. It was her breakout movie. It was called The Net.
I remember.
You remember that one? Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it, and you're like, oh my God, all this stuff happened already. And they announced it way before it happened
Correct.
through this movie. Oh, I'm just watching a movie. It's for entertainment purposes only. Right? Yeah, you got to watch it. You got to watch. So,
Look at that.
well, I mean,
Companies being listed on Nomics. That's interesting.
I'm sorry, what is?
Companies being listed on Nomics.
Yes. Yeah,
Interesting.
also on Coinbase, Coin Market Cap, even on
Mark Cap.
Coinbase, because Coinbase is the portal for the banks
Right.
that for you, the U.S. and even Canada, probably.
Correct.
And every government is going to have their own portal. So yeah, that's why you need a VPN. Absolutely, you want to protect your DNS. Absolutely, right? So those are the things that you want to be on this side, right? Like,
Right.
I don't think they're gonna kill. They can never kill Hex, right?
Nah. They can
They
just shut
can't.
the internet off, but that's it.
Not even that, because you can always get
They
a
can try.
VPN. They could try,
They could
but no.
try.
What they're going to do is they're trying to. So if you want to go into fiat, they're going to, like, if you want to go from
Crypto
Hex
to fiat.
to fiat, they're gonna make it difficult for you. Okay, that's why we need a big community. That's why I love the Hex community. That's why we did freedomtv.info to create a community where we exchange peer to peer,
Correct.
right? Our goods and services. That's why I'm onboarding all of my business owners, right? So that when I go walk into the doctor's office, I can pay in Hex or in USDC coin, right? In
Yeah.
crypto. And of course, I get preference
Naturally.
because I made them rich, right? We
Correct.
Richard Hart indirectly made them rich, and I'm the one that onboarded them, so that gives us respect, right? So
Yeah.
relationships goes way bigger than money. I don't care
Big
about
time.
money. I care about relationships, because relationships is the currency of the world. Okay. Um, that's way more. That's what's more real than money, because if fiat money, this is fake. Even I'm gonna go ahead. Cryptocurrency, it's fake. It's digital money. You know what I mean? But relationships, that's real money. You know what I mean? That's real money.
Yep.
And you
It
want to
is.
get out of your comfort zone, get out of the house, go meet new people. Get in relationship with people that you want to hang out with, that you feel that, yeah, that's why Maddie's here with me. He's at my house.
What's
He's at my
up?
house. I opened my door to him because, he's one of the people that I want to hang out with. I want to sip my ties in Fiji and say, "What's up?"
What's up?
Right? What's up? Right? I mean, same thing with Wells. I know what he looks like now. He revealed his face to me, right? And so, those are the relationships I want to carry, right? You got Discord Syndicate, you got the Nerd Girl, you got all those streamers. That's why it was important for me to do the meetup, the Hex meetup, to meet each other. Yes, Richard Hart is important. We're so thankful for you, but it's you in the trenches that actually onboard people. You guys are more important, because if it wasn't for us, Richard Hart couldn't have a successful cryptocurrency.
Correct.
That's why he's so grateful for our community, and that's why he mentions all of the, like, hardcore cultish guys. I mean, I'm not, but thank God for them. You know what I mean? Because they're hardcore. They put tattoos. They, they're wrapping their cars, right? They're going on
Yeah.
tour. They're hardcore, right? So I'm here to support the hardcore guys, that want to really put it out there and put everything there. Oh, I want to say a shout out to Crypto Black Sheep. You know, um, I think he got a bad rap. We talked about it. We hugged it out. I know a little bit of his past, but we hugged it out. I think he wants to come back to the Hexagon side. We love you, man. We love you. You know, uh, People make mistakes. Okay, we make mistakes. Let's not judge them. Let's give them. Let's forgive him, and let's move forward. Right. So that's right. You're back, baby. That's right. So you know, as long as we feel like when someone says, you know, I screwed up, right? That's part of being in a relationship. Being in a relationship sometimes is messy, right? I have a wife, you know, we go at it like cats and dogs sometimes, right? And so, you know, she puts me in a headlock and drop kicks me sometimes. But that's when I said, you know, I tap out and I said, honey, I'm sorry. I screwed up. I fucked up. You know, let's move forward. And that's why I'm still married 10 years, right? Actually, we're going on 11 in October. So I'm so grateful for this woman that bears with me because I'm not the easiest guy to live with sometimes, right? Because I'm very opinionated sometimes. And, you know, that's what happens. That's funny.
Shout out to Alan. Yeah.
Yeah. The final boss music go on.
Yeah. Thanks
Well,
for the
it was
super
not
chat,
the final
bro.
boss, but it was actually some romantic music
Boy,
came
here
out
we
in the
go.
background, right? And it was like, you know,
I was there too.
yeah, it was kind of more like lovers in the night. You know what I mean? Strangers in the night. That
We
kind of
were
thing.
we were eating at the Bellagio at that what was it, prom?
Yes.
And the lights were with not the lights, the fountain was going off. That was pretty
Oh
sick.
yeah, in the background. You know what I mean? You know, it was like a go back to your Disney characters. It was like the tramp, right? Uh, you know, he nudged a meatball towards me, and I said, "Oh, that's so nice."
You stupid.
You can sing it too.
Oh man, God's special, man.
No, but no, it was great. We had a great time at the Bellagio. We ate at the Spagos, right? Um, other, you know, it was not only us. It was
Oh,
a couple of
Spaggles.
us.
That's so
Yeah, that was a great time. And then we had the noodles, right?
yeah.
The noodle place
Yeah.
at Bellagio. So no, we had great conversations. I mean, you know, I already know I'm gonna be friends with Wales only for life. It's for life.
Right.
If he
Correct.
tells me, hey, I I'm stranded. I'm stranded over here in Africa, or I'm stranded in Asia. Come and pick me up. I was like, one phone call. It's like, hey, you got the jet coming in, right?
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
it. And this
So
is an important comment because we all have to learn, right? This is how we get to where we are, is by busting our nut or
mhm.
busting our head and making sure that we learn our lesson, right? Because if we
Absolutely.
don't learn our lesson, then what's the point?
Well, yeah. I mean, Archie asked. He commented that he was in BitConnect. I was in BitConnect. I drank the Kool Aid too. Now I was not promoting it because I was still checking the fruit, and there was
Right.
some things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but it was not transparent enough to know because they were talking about a bot, and I'm like, "Where's the bot? I want to see
Right.
the bot, right?" And so I could. There was definitely red flags, and that's why I was not promoting it. Yes, I was in it. I was investing in it, and I was checking the fruit. That's why I went to San Jose to their. They were at the crypto conference. That's where I met James Trayvon James. I'm, you know,
Oh,
right. I met Trayvon, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been in the hex. It's
wow.
truly because
That's funny.
I was kind of following after the whole debacle and BitConnect. I got
Yeah.
in relationship with a little bit with him, you know, online, not presential.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but at least, you know, I was following him through Patreon and talking to him through Patreon. And so, you know, I asked him a bunch of questions. So when he launched his Toucaneer website, you know, thank God. I mean, he's trying. You know, he's not the be end all either. He's not a Richard Hart, okay, but he's
Hmm.
trying the best
Yeah, he's
to
trying.
do right with his community. And
Correct.
so, actually, my first stake in Hex was actually on the Toucaneer website in Finehex.
How about that?
How about that, right? And then, of
Yeah.
course, when I started doing my due diligence, I go, wait. I'm staking on this thing here. Then I went to, you know, because Hex.com was not around yet. It was in May. And then, of course, I went on the YouTube channels and started doing my due diligence. And then I started knowing about the transformation phase, the AA adoption. Then I started pulling that out, you know, doing that. And, of course, staking directly. You know, why do I want a third party, right? uh,
Yeah.
going directly on the
We
hex.
learned that lesson already, didn't we?
Right. But I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was ignorant. It's okay.
But that's the whole thing. Yeah, you just gotta learn. That's all.
Exactly.
There's
And it took me
nothing
some
wrong
time
with
to
being
come around.
ignorant. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant. There's
No.
something wrong with not learning after you realize you're being ignorant.
Right. It's denial. Denial, right, is not a river in the Egypt.
No, it's not.
Denial.
It's not. It is not.
So,
it is real.
yeah, if you want to put your head in the sand and not correct yourself and say, just like I said about my wife, I was like, I'm wrong. Hey, I'm the first one to say, it's not bad being wrong. What's bad is like not admitting it, knowing, and you still, because you want to look good and you lie to yourself, because you're not really lying to the other person. You're lying to yourself, right?
Correct.
So,
correct. You're just looking like a fool, really.
Right. And that's what happens to all these fudders, right? I mean, maybe they don't know, right? These fudders, right? But they'll come around. The charts don't lie, right?
No, they do
All
not.
right. I'm getting off of my soapbox. What about you, Wells?
Haha, no, I mean, it was all good stuff, man, because everything you just said is relevant. Everything you just said is stuff we've all discussed before, because at the end of the day, right, a lot of us, have been talking to ourselves for a long time, seeing what's going on and seeing that it's obvious. So for a lot of us, it's just been more of a, what the hell can we do? And for me, it's been more of a, I'm by myself. Like, I really didn't think there would be a group of people that would give a damn about anything I had to say. But here we have a whole, like right now, there's 140 people just watching right now. We're only 30 minutes in. The longer this goes on, the more people are going to eventually join. And that's a function of people seeking truth, right? Because on my streams, on Quan Gang, and on any stream that I'm on, we're not, if we're having fun, we're having fun. But if we're discussing information, it's going to be factual information. And the reason for that, primarily on my part, is because I've seen what's out there, right? Before I got involved in Hex, I was watching all the crap that was out there too. And I understand what the landscape looks like, right? That's why my demeanor is very specific, right? My demeanor is not anything, I don't know. It's not childish, right? It's very professional to a certain extent. Yeah, I curse a lot, but I'm talking about some real ass shit. And that's all you need to understand. You need to take in the content that's being given and ignore the fluff, because the fluff is irrelevant. Always irrelevant. This is how people get lost, right? This is why you got people thinking that somebody's going to come out here and save them when there's nobody out here to save you. Nobody is going to save you. Nobody. Trust me. I have worked directly for the federal government under their guise in a completely different country. There is nobody that's going to save you when you're out there alone. Trust me. I already been there. I'm only here because I understood that at an early age. Do not fool yourself into believing the hype. These people do not give a fuck about you. They let you know daily. I suggest you listen, because they're not hiding anything. They're not.
No, they're not.
They're not.
Dude, I want to give a shout out to Huddle Dog. Huddle Dog.
Yo, I always try to get on stream with this guy, but he's always freaking traveling, working and shit. Let me know if you can jump on, bro.
I think he's the dopest streamer in the community, man. Huddle Dog. Love him.
Sure, man. Yeah. Learned a lot from that guy. Him and Hexel taught me a lot. So, for sure.
Absolutely. Hopefully, I'll come to Switzerland one day. Or
pick up some watches.
come to the Hexpo, right?
Right, next year. Yeah. For sure, man. Next year's gonna be lit, bro. I'm looking forward to that because I had never really had much interest in going to Las Vegas because my sister went and she had a specific experience, right? It wasn't super positive or anything like that. But she went with like her homegirl, you know what I mean? She didn't go with like a gang. We out there fucking deep and we're just having a good time, and it's different, right? It's different when you're out there literally just having a good time. The energy was crazy. It seemed like there wasn't that much to do before we got to Vegas, but then when we were actually in Vegas, there was too much stuff to do. too much because everybody was everywhere. Everybody was pulling everybody everywhere. Everybody was doing something over here, something over there. It was just a good time all over, right?
Yeah,
And you gotta just appreciate that positive energy, and
absolutely.
that's all that existed, man, throughout
Coming
that
together
whole
with
period of time.
like-minded people, it gives you such an intense energy and boost of energy
Hmm.
that if you had any doubts, there's no more doubts, right?
Yeah,
So, like, so hot dog, you're saying, yeah, the way to come to the U.S. from Switzerland, you have to go to Mexico first. So I'll help you out if you need me. So if you want to telegram me, right, go to Mexico. I have
man,
a house in Mexico. You can stay there. We'll hang out, sip some tequila, and then we'll walk you through the
fly on
border.
up.
Seriously, we'll walk you through the border, and you come to Vegas. All right.
Boom,
So
problem
we'll
solved.
plan it so you can be here. Seriously, that's the way to do it. If you want to
Easier
come,
than easier than
I
everything
mean, that's
else.
how
That's for
Patrick
sure.
and Abid did it. So and they were here. Seriously, they went to
It
Colombia
works.
first, and then came to Mexico, and then to be here for the meetup. And I'm so happy that I met him. I mean, they had to be there for a little bit because, so we can make it dope.
Correct.
Boom.
Correct.
Yeah, solutions.
Solutions
Absolutely.
only, baby.
Yeah.
We
I know
only
you
do
see my.
only around
No,
here.
no, no. It's not going to be under the fence, and we're not going to. No. We're going to right through the border, dude.
Come
I'm
on,
T
Baba.
Money,
What's wrong
man.
with you, man?
I'm T Money. I own the border, baby. What's up? You know what I
Talk
mean? I
about
tell him he
coyote.
can get
What's
in
wrong
and
with
he
this
can get out. Yeah. Come on.
guy? Yeah, but back to Vegas, man. It was just very positive experience for anybody that was there. Um, and it definitely changed the dynamic of the community. And that's important because that change was a very important one, right? We now became not just a random group of people online. Um, we became a force, right? Because now we know who we are, and that's important, right? It's one thing to understand that the information being given to you is factual. It's another thing for it to be concretely factual, and then you have them, and then you meet the person, and then realize that you guys are just regular dudes, and it's all good, and it's just regular stuff, and we're all just on the same page, man. Just fighting the same fight in different ways.
Yeah, you see these streamers on and like Coddle Dog. I know he's a regular guy, just like me. I'm a regular. I put my pants on the same way everybody does, right? Even the
Correct.
big head honchos of CEOs and whatever, you know what I mean? They have to put their pants on just the same way, one leg after the other, right? So,
Correct.
um, you know, just like I said, get a relationship with people. Say what's up. Exchange solutions, right? There's always a solution to a problem. You know,
Always.
yeah. So let's do it, right? So, uh, the tour. So I only got 15 more minutes here because I got
Oh yeah,
another call coming up.
let's talk about the tour. Let's talk about the tour.
Yeah, so let's talk about the tour. So Freedom TV is, by the way, I keep on saying it's we, right? Because I got to give my shout outs to my peeps. I got Alpha Dog, I got Rainmaker, Barry with the Rainmaker, I got Rob. They've been imperative in bringing this together. Also, my brother Lewis Hex. Uh, just follow us on freedomtv.info. The whole schedule is going to be there. If you want to, if we're coming to your town near you and you want to contribute in a big way for your city, definitely get with Rainmaker for real. You can find him on TME, T.me US Road Trip Chat. Um, so yeah, just give us a shout out. I can tell you right now, we have 3 vehicles. One's going to be wrapped in Hex. One's going to be wrapped in Pulse. The other one is going to be wrapped in Staker app. So shout out to Steph and Firebun, the Staker app, for helping us out too with that. So, and some of the now the boys, the Crypto Schbabble, just to let you know, they're paying their whole way. They haven't collected any help. They're so grateful about Hex because both of them retired early, right? They're all fired up, and
Yeah.
and they just want to contribute and really put the word out there. However, like let's definitely be behind them, right? Let's
Yeah, for sure.
be their air, their air beneath their wings, right? And give
For
them
sure.
a good shout out and show up big in their workshops and bring people that need to get onboarded. You know, I know a lot of times our own family, it's hard to onboard and explain crypto when it comes from a stranger, especially someone from Europe, you know, that has an accent. They're, I don't know. It's just they'll see it. They'll have their own story to tell at each event.
Yeah,
Um,
because what are they doing here, right?
yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. So we're kicking it off here in Vegas. It's September 3rd if you want to come out, you know, if you're in the West Coast, or if you don't just want to follow them in your own car, you're more than welcome to, right? We have a film crew that's following them that's going to live stream throughout the whole time, the whole 6 months. Their last stop is at the Hexpo or the conference, right? um, Here in Vegas, 369, which is March 6th through the 9th. I'm gonna give it up to Maddie here to put a plug in for the Hexpo that 2022. Okay.
Yeah.
Get your links
So
ready, Maddie.
how's it going, everybody? Yeah, you can get your ticket now. We're gamifying the sales, and so it's going to be only a limited number of tickets at a time, and then the actual conference will have 1,369 spots. And we're going to be doing it at the World Market Center. We're getting ready to meet with the executives today, and so that's going to be exciting. You know, all dressed up and ready to go. And let's see, you can go to pulsehex.com and click on the link for Eventbrite, or go to pulsehex.eventbrite.com, and that allows you to order your ticket now before they run out, and keep up to date with all the awesome programs we're going to bring you.
Okay. Awesome. So, you know, that's pretty much my time here. If you want to say the last words, Wells, but yeah, definitely be out there looking for those nuggets of information. Definitely get, you know, practice discernment on how to weed out the information, because before, when the our school system was created, it was to create pretty much sheets, okay, to go to work, to go yes boss, and check in, check out, check in, check out. Can I take a potty break, please? All right. um, that's what it was for. Okay, that's why our school system is broken. With the invention of the internet, um, you know, it's antiquated. That's why the millennials and even the new generation, they're like, why am I gonna remember all these facts, regurgitate all these facts? It's because back in the day, books were scarce.
Yeah.
Books were scarce. You actually had to crack open one, and usually when you got that book, it was 5 to 6 years old. Like, that information was old because it took that time, 3 to 6 years to distribute throughout the whole country and the world that information. So the thing is that nowadays, with the handhold, like right here, you got your iPhone with this bad boy. You have all the information in your fingertips. The new school and the new education is how to discern all of that information. And the elite, what they're trying to do is they want to they open the
Censor it.
floodgates. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not censoring anymore. What they're doing is they're flooding flooding you with all kinds of disinformation
Oh yeah.
to take you down the wrong path,
Yep.
right? And then they go on the big, like Fox 5 and MSNBC. If you hear things on there, it's all lies. It's what
Pretty
they
much.
want you to believe. So you have to discern what they're telling you, right? This whole thing with the
Correct.
vaccine, the whole thing with what's going on in the world, you know, you got to
Yeah,
check.
all of those details. Yeah, all of those details are. I mean, look at how we started and look at where we're at. We were supposed to be only enduring this for 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
2 weeks.
It was supposed to be 2 weeks, but nah, I knew it was going to go for the long haul.
Of course, I knew it too. I
Yeah.
knew it too, because
Yeah.
it's obvious they have to figure out a way to make us
Yeah.
like China. That's all. That's
Absolutely.
all.
Which is it's funny because China is more capitalist than the
Hmm.
US. It's
Yep. But
hilarious.
there's a certain aspect of their society that they want to impose here in order to obtain the control that they need.
Of course,
Because
in China,
that's how they continue to
they
succeed.
want to control population, how many people
Mhm.
are born, right? They want to
Yep.
control the internet, like what can you see and not see on the internet. They want to control the financial. They want to even control the your spiritual life, right? And I'm
Correct.
not talking about
Correct.
religion, right? I'm talking about what you believe in. And the
Yep.
people that if you believe something different, they're going to call you a terrorist or some kind of you know
Whatever they
radical,
want to make it up.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to make it up to be.
So be careful of that. Definitely, the only way to have freedom is that you have a moral compass, and I'm not talking about
Correct.
religion. Is a moral compass of knowing your rights. And when I say your rights, discerning what's right and wrong, right? And when I say right, is the right to protect your
Hey,
home.
let's talk about the Bill of Rights before you head off. We only got about 8 minutes
Absolutely,
left. Let's talk about that
absolutely.
because there's misconceptions out there that it's supposed to be a living and breathing document, which is false. That's what the
Mhm.
media wants you to think. That document is a one-time. Think of it as the Ten Commandments because that's what the Ten Commandments actually are in
Mhm.
reality. Okay,
Yeah, the 10 tenets of living.
exactly.
Mhm.
That's it. That's all you need. So
Yep.
that document is a universal document that exists to let you know what your basic human rights are. Most people don't even know that.
Mhm.
And that's why you think it makes sense for travel money rules to exist and for you to have to disclose all your financial transactions. That's why you think that makes sense, but that's false. That's an invasion of your Fourth Amendment rights.
Mhm.
Right? A lot of things are an invasion of your Fourth Amendment rights because you don't know you have any rights.
Mhm.
And this is the problem. People want to know, well, what can we do about it? Well, learn your motherfucking rights.
And and
That's step
and
one.
let me break it down. Most people don't even know what a right is.
Correct.
An
That's very true.
inalienable right. Okay.
Yes.
So they think
Inalienable. That's right.
yes, because really, they go, oh, because right now you put a law in place and they go, oh, that's a law. You have to
That's it.
abide by it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And it's and your moral compass is gray area. Like everybody has their own gray area moral compass. No, rights are immutable. These are universal natural laws that you need to know. And there's 7 of them, by the way. And you can look them up on YouTube. They're called the Hermetic laws. Okay. There's 7 of them. If you know that, that's how the the universe works, but they want to suppress that. Right. So you want to study those. And when you study those, you'll know what a right is. And a right is the right to protect you and your family. Okay. The right to do so morally, you don't want to do any harm to nature, or even to your world. So it kind of like you're like, okay, well, what do you mean by that? Right. No, you can
Right.
protect yourself. If someone comes and tries to harm you, you can protect yourself. That is your right, inalienable right. If you want to do harm to others, yeah, that's not moral.
No. Very
That's
simple.
very simple. If you want to destroy or harm and violate certain rights, for example, it's taking. So if you take something that's not yours, that's not moral, right?
Nope.
That's the 10 Commandments, right? if you're lying, pretty much you're taking the truth away, right? That's immoral. If you want to like rape someone, right? You're taking their pretty much their choice of who they want to be and who they want to love with. Okay. Yeah, Mark Passio is a great person to follow. I recommend his channel absolutely, which is the great work that they calls it, and it covers natural law. Absolutely, I 100%. If you want to go to Acapulco, that's a great place to start. Anarchy is not chaos. Okay, anarchy is without a master. That's what it really means. And so you want to be the master of your own domain. That's how United States started. That's the foundation of everything. So thanks for loving on me. I got 4 minutes left. I got to get going, but definitely follow us on freedomtv.info. You're going to be looking at us. We're going to be coming out and streaming on Roku pretty soon. We have our own studio. So if anybody needs any help on creating their own streams and want to, talk about that, please email us at iam@freedomtv.info. We definitely, that's our community one. So any of us will answer those emails. Okay. That's me, Julio, Rob, and Barry, the Rainmaker. So that's our team. Thanks you guys for listening. I appreciate you, Wells, and everything that you do in our community. I mean, those charts are off the hook. They're off the
Thanks, man.
So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat out any last words, Maddie here.
Oh my gosh, there's so much cool stuff happening. I can't even say what it is because I know people have to make their own announcements, but shit's happening. Hex is 18 cents. I was here 2 months ago. It was 6 cents. So I think we're on the right track. 25 cents, cornrows.
Boom.
Boom, baby. Boom, chakalaka. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye.
Peace out,
Well,
man.
thanks.
Yeah.
Peace out. And, well, I'll see you on the flip side, right?
See you on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're out. Peace.
All right. Bye.